Welcome back to 86.5, The
The
Vibe.
vibe. Hey there, party people. How's it going? It's Jackie C
And Shade.
and Shady V. It's definitely been a while. How have you been, Shade?
I'm doing pretty well, trying to get back on the old health wagon with water and working out and, the works. How about yourself?
Yeah, same. I've been going to bed at 7 most nights, so I'll probably go to bed directly after this.
7. That's early.
Yeah, well, the hope is that I fall asleep by 8, then I can wake up at 4, and I can study for the LSAT, work out, do all of that, do everything that I need to before school. And then when school lets out, like I have the rest of the day to myself.
That makes sense.
So that's what I tried to do. That being said, oh wow. So the first topic is pretty cool. It's have you been vaccinated and do you plan on getting vaccinated?
Okay, big question. So I haven't been vaccinated yet. There's one big reason why. I work at home, and for the next foreseeable future, I'm probably going to be working at home for a while. So I am kind of a homebody. I don't really go out so much. I like the comfort of my home. So until I absolutely need to be going out more, I probably don't want to get vaccinated. The other thing is I actually had COVID and I didn't really have a lot of symptoms. It was almost a milder version of the flu for myself. So for me, I'm thinking I might not necessarily have to take this first vaccine because my body can clearly handle the initial COVID. When we get a vaccine for the mutated COVIDs or whatever you would call it, that we're seeing from Europe and things like that, that vaccine I would probably take.
Okay. That's not a bad answer. Um, I think I'll get vaccinated. Um, I saw this commercial. I know it's cheesy, but it was like, I'll do it for you if you do it for me. We'll do it for each other's families. And I was like, everybody's got to get vaccinated. We beat this pandemic. We open things back up. No more masks. It'll be great. And Joe Biden said, maybe, just maybe, July 4th this year, we'll have a real Independence Day. A new Independence Day from COVID. So
that would be cool.
Yeah, so I think I'll be getting mine, but that's just me.
That's good. I mean, so you're already back in person though, right?
Yeah.
And you also live with your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I can see why you would. At that point, there's a lot of risk involved in your situation.
Yeah.
Not just for yourself, but also for the people that are around you, essentially.
No, certainly. I was gonna say there's a lot of reasons to get the vaccine. I think at some point we'll all end up getting it.
Definitely.
I think probably by like the wintertime, November, I believe most Americans will have had it. I wonder how much longer do you think we'll be wearing masks?
I kind of like the masks. Like, I think that it's cleaner, quite frankly. Like, it's nice that people are washing their hands, using hand sanitizer, and I don't have people breathing on me while I'm walking through the grocery store. Like, that's all I'm saying. The other thing I've noticed, so I'm asthmatic, and pollen season kills me every single year, except for this year. And it's because anytime I go outside, guess what? I have a mask on. It's covering the orifices. And it's great. Like, I can sleep at night without having to blow my nose a million times throughout the day or having to use my asthma inhaler like 24/7. It's wonderful. So I kind of like the masks. I hope we don't stop using them. But
okay. You wear your mask when you're outside?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not always. I guess it depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm like taking band equipment out or something. No, it's hot.
Okay. All right, so that was just our first topic. We're gonna talk about Biden's first 100 days. Whether or not the news is actively dividing Americans, whether it's intentional or not. We're gonna have some relationship plus. We've got some good questions for you, and then of course we're gonna finish with a rundown. I might give you all Mortal Kombat movie review.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw it on HBO Max. If you haven't seen it yet,
Not yet.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay, I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on that. So
Anybody who has a mixed opinion, is like one of those people who's like, oh, they can't change the story. They redid some things.
Okay, we'll
But
talk
they
about
set up a
essentially.
yeah. I was gonna say we will know. So Biden's first 100 days.
Actually, I'm really excited to talk about this in particular. So
Biden's first 100 days.
yeah, so
55% approval rating.
Well, hold on. So I was gonna say after our hiatus, I completely stopped watching the news entirely. I couldn't take it anymore. I don't know. There was just so much, especially after really Donald Trump. I realized I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. Like, we're 20-something-year-old people, and like, we got Market Matt telling us, oh, we got to get in on these stocks. We got to do this, that, the other. And then we've got Biden, we've got Donald Trump, we've got the entire political arena going on that's going haywire. Let's not even mention the fact that there are places in our country alone that are now in total anarchy. Like, things are wild. I'm tired, guys. So I hope you have good news for us. What has been Biden's first 100 days?
Well, to be honest with you, I think they've been good. I think there's parts that have been up. I think there's parts that have been down. But I think there's only one thing that will matter at the end of the day, is how he handles coronavirus.
Yep.
From what he does with COVID relief to how many people are back at work come November to are Americans still social distancing and limited venue capacity or limited venue capacity. What percentage of the population is vaccinated? I think all of those things right now are trending in the right direction. The number of COVID deaths are going down. The number of people catching COVID is going down as well. I think if those things continue to trend in the right way for Biden and the Democrats, they'll be rewarded come next November. I just personally have to believe that. And if not, then I think they'll be punished. But at the end of the day, I believe that it's going to come down to the pandemic. So there's a huge crisis at the border. I'm well aware. I'm well aware of the flip flop on immigration. He signed an order, right, and then later that day signed another one changing it, going back and forth on it, 4 hours later. And then on the border, there's tons of migrants stuck there. I guess it's really not good. But the point is I believe nobody, because nobody's watching the news, like you just said.
Yeah.
I believe nobody's watching the news. I believe nobody cares about that. I believe everybody is concerned about them. And it's unfortunate to say. It truly is. But I don't think people are worried about, oh, where is the environment right now? Unfortunately. I just think, stuff like that, what our defense budget looks like.
And so, I actually have had a lot of questions about that. So, especially, me, I'm a big domestic and foreign policy guy. I really care about the way that laws are being made in our country and, what the way that we're regulated as a society, I think is very important. And yeah, have we seen much reform or regulation? I know we had that big case, of course, with Oh no, I just blanked the name. George Floyd. But yeah.
Oh,
But
oh,
of course, that's more the courts. That's not necessarily Biden. So
yeah. From a, I think that those are two separate incidents. I think that while people will want to do, if I were Joe Biden, I would strictly focus on the pandemic and then use a lot of those things that people want, that liberals want, to get them to the polls next November, if that makes sense. Like, no, they haven't done anything with Black Lives Matter, really. But at the same time, uh, like I said, they are doing things with the pandemic.
well, yeah. I
Now, I'm
mean
not going
that
to say most
they
people.
did
Most
make
people
it
are
very
like,
clear that that was priority number one.
yeah, and like I said, so I think most Americans, I think even most Black people, because that's another thing. We talk about the media dividing us, right? This is a great place to move into. I believe most people. This is why 55% is so good, because I believe that's a lot of independence. I don't think 45% of the country is Republican. 45% of the country might slant Republican. But at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the news has divided us to the point where you're either strongly with somebody or you're strongly against them.
Right.
And so I believe that there's a floor that Joe Biden can fall to that's about 40%. And I believe that 60% is about the max any president could hit. Like, I believe Trump could have done all the right things, Biden could do all the right things, even Obama. All the right things. I don't think that, and I could be wrong about Obama, but I know I'm right about Trump, that they were ever going to hit 60%. Not that Obama or Trump, not that anybody did all the right things. The point is we're in like that type of hyper partisan type of environment. Um, we're not even interested in hearing the other side's arguments anymore. And it's interesting because, the media that we listen to is like an echo chamber. And in a lot of ways, it's an echo chamber of toxicity. And so that I'll say that much about Biden's first 100 days. 55% is an incredible rating. Um, I was watching the news last weekend, right? And MSNBC was talking about the America First caucus, but they were talking about the day after it had already been said, we're not actually going to do this. But it was basically this caucus that focuses on Anglo-Saxon values, is what they said.
Okay. Anglo-Saxon values.
It's some stuff. That being said, so they have said they said that they're not going to do it, and MSNBC or NBC is Meet the Press kind of talked about it anyway, and then Fox News. Fox News was talking about the filibuster rule, how somebody had introduced a bill to get rid of it. And you have to think about it. Thousands of bills get introduced every day, and none of them become law.
Yeah.
And this one has no chance of becoming law because Nancy Pelosi said she wasn't going to take it up in the House or whatever.
Yeah.
Not that I think she would. Not that I think she has too much jurisdiction over that. I'm not sure legally, because I believe that they could just fire a parliamentarian, and the Senate could pass its own rules, perhaps. I don't know though. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. But Chuck Schumer is not for it. The point is, he has no chance of becoming law. And yet Fox News are putting on anyway. It's like people that watch that and they're mad. Like, they're like, oh, the Democrats want to get rid of the rules in this country. When it's like only a few people are saying that. But you can even look at the other side. Remember when Trump was saying to get rid of the filibuster, right? Trump was like, you should get rid of it, you should get rid of it. And all the Republicans were like, maybe not. Not a good idea. They'll get back in power soon, and they'll do something devastating to us without a filibuster. With no stop on a Democratic Party. Yeah, the things they could do to Republicans are entirely unholy. So that's what I'm going to say about the first 100 days of Joe Biden. He's looking at infrastructure. He's talking about bringing the troops home. I guess he's looking at green infrastructure. Everything is infrastructure.
Yeah.
In the eyes of Democrats, so the bill would do a lot. It would certainly have a large impact. But like I said, whether he passes infrastructure would be a nice feather on his cap. But I think it'll all come down to COVID. Even if they don't pass infrastructure, they don't do anything with Black Lives Matter, no Green New Deal, none of that. The troops don't come home. He could do absolutely none of that. And I believe if COVID is good, if people are like, wow, like my kids are back in school 5 days a week and I'm working again, and I've got my job and I'm making a paycheck. And Joe, he took care of me with COVID relief while this thing was going down. I believe people will reward the Biden administration, reward Democrats greatly. But I don't know. It's only the first 100 days. You got what, 365 in a year times 2 to prove what you've got. Maybe a little bit less because you have a lame duck session that comes after the blah blah blah. That's semantics. The point is moving on to Relationship Plus.
Oh, virtual dating plus. My favorite topic.
All right, so we have some general questions. Then we've got some non-general questions, some specific questions.
Oh,
but we've got 3.
Okay. Let's fire away.
So the first is, when do you think dating is going to pick up post-COVID?
Do you know who this question comes from?
I do.
Who does this question come from?
Just one of my friends.
Oh, okay. Well, we could always do, this question comes from such and such person from such and such place. They asked, da 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 da. But anyway.
What if I knew their real name,
okay.
I would.
You could give their Twitter handle.
I was going to say, no, it's one of my friends on like PlayStation.
What's their PSN name? At whatever.
I don't know if I have the right to
put that
man. You feel me?
Fair enough.
Right, you could just go in there and be like, this is a dumbass quote. Oh, this is a wild question. Because it is kind of a wild question. Well, I mean, it is kind of a wild question. It's like, what do you expect dating to look like? How are you getting ready for it? Like,
how are we getting ready for it? Well, so one, work out, drink your water, diet.
Yeah, like I was like, that's like everybody I know is starting to work out again.
It's
that you should have been doing throughout this whole thing, but you stopped, and that's okay.
I'm not mad at you. What do they call it? Something summer?
It's a hot boy summer.
Hot boy summer. That's
no, I thought it was a Vicky Free summer.
Vicky Free summer.
So it wasn't going to be a bummer. Like, no, this summer is going to be another Vicky Free summer. I don't know. As long as I don't know, over the summer.
As long as you have your shiny teeth and you.
I think this summer I want to work for Uber or something.
Work for Uber?
I don't know.
You got to work for the band.
I think I want like a side job. But I don't know. They kind of pay you not to work, so I don't know. Maybe I just focus on studying for the LSAT and working out. But yeah, that's that's a great point. What you said. I think socializing more. I think a lot of us have been in our houses, in our bubbles.
People are starved for
Yeah, I was gonna say, go out somewhere and say hi to somebody. Talk to somebody you don't know.
I think people are gonna get over that kind of quick, but I think we're gonna see spikes of people being more sociable, and then people realizing, oh yeah, people suck.
I think, really.
I think so.
I think this will be another summer of love. If Joe Biden is right, he said July 4th, he would get us, we'd be able to have parties and whatnot.
I think there will be love.
I believe that people are going to find, they might not find their somebody, but they will find a somebody.
I think,
a warm body.
That's fair. A warm buddy. That's awful.
No, but they will. I believe, like, this summer, like I said, folks are getting vaccinated. Places are opening up. They're opening up later. Capacities are increasing
And the
places.
dating culture has changed a lot because of COVID. I think that you're going to see a lot more people who are
Don't say online dating.
not online dating. I was
Okay.
going to say that are more invested in their social online presence when it comes to dating. So instead, well, because I mean, like, think about people our age right now, especially in the DC area. Like, a lot of us are really about our money right now. We're really about our job. We're really about the hustle, if you will. And like, we don't all have time for going out and dating. I know, like me personally, that's been one of my favorite things is that I actually don't have to go out and date. I can chat and it's totally socially acceptable. And we get to know each other that way before going out on dates. So I think you might see a little bit more of that trend going on too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, is there anything else you see happening?
No.
No, me neither. All right, so here's one. This is kind of a wild one, and I know this person probably wouldn't want me to put them out there, but it is funny. It's funny. It is. All right.
This comes from Lucy Liu.
A guy is taking me on vacation. Am I obligated to sleep with
Okay.
him?
So I got a couple problems with this question. And so I don't know. This is the problem with virtual dating plus is you people ask me questions that are bad. They're bad questions. It's a terrible question. So one, the only reason that you would ask that question is because you are under the presumption, let's say, as opposed to assumption, that this man would like sex from you. In which case, why are you going on this vacation? What are you doing? Like, you're gonna go to a foreign location with some person that you're not sure if they want to just like have their way with you and you have no way of leaving? So, have you ever heard of a show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? There's this
I wouldn't
character.
recommend it, but
It's a fantastic show. So, there's this character, Dennis Reynolds, who he's like one of the main characters. On cruise ships and vacations and things like that, he will find women and he will basically convince them to sleep with them, with him. And he knows that he can do it because, as he says, of the implication. Like on a cruise ship, where are you going to go? He says explicitly, I'm never going to hurt these women, but they don't know that. And I'm like, so if this is in your mind, if you really think that this guy really wants to screw you, don't go on the vacation. That's like number one. but two, are you really going to have some guy pay for an entire vacation for you and you're not dating him? Like, this is gold digging 101. All offense. Like, stop. There's e-thoughting now. It's a thing. Get an OnlyFans. Like, that's my answer. I hope this helps.
So I guess the answer. All right, no. For me, I guess I'm gonna take the other side.
There's another side.
Well, I think the other side is, guys, you shouldn't assume that because you give somebody something that your current status is going to change because you do something for somebody. So, for example,
if you want that, there's
no. Hear me out. For example, For example, a girl asks you to come over and help her move. because you helped her move. If you weren't getting anything before, you should not assume you're going to get anything after. I would say the same thing about a vacation. I'm going to attack the other side. If you believe, I'm taking this person on vacation and suddenly they're going to see me differently and things are going to change,
well,
you are tripping.
It's like borderline predatory behavior.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like you can't assume because you do something nice for somebody that in turn it's going to change the way that they look at you / the way that your relationship
That's not how people work.
Is the dynamic of your relationship. So that's what I mean when I say you kind of addressed the ladies and was like, ladies, don't do that, be safe. Guys are creepy.
Yeah, guys, don't be a creep. Basically, yeah. No, I agree.
No, I'm saying you kind of said, like guys are creeps. Don't go somewhere alone with
guys
them.
Can be creeps.
Saying
if you're asking this question, you probably think this guy is a creep.
Yeah.
Because why else are you asking this question?
Not all guys, but no. The point is you're kind of addressing the women. I'm kind of addressing the men and saying, fellas,
don't be creepy.
Like just because you buy her a necklace doesn't mean it's gonna change anything. Yeah. You get her a teddy bear, it's not gonna change it. You mow her lawn,
and you know what? If them getting material goods is changing your relationship value in their mind, that's kind of a yellow flag. I wouldn't say it's a red flag, but there's probably something else going on there, whether they're using you or there's just something else on their mind.
Yeah. No. So that's how I would look at it. I would say
it's like token relationship.
I would say no, you're not obligated to do anything. No. When he asked you, he should have recognized that you're not doing that now, and you guys would just be going on as friends. You can lay next to each other on the beach. You can sleep in separate beds. Get dinner together. I don't know. The point is you definitely are obligated to do anything because somebody does something for you. An act of kindness should be just that, an act of kindness, not an act of I hope I get something in reciprocation of any kind, whether it's money or whatever. So I guess that's what I would say. Okay, Lauren said great answers. Thanks, Lauren. And thanks for watching, buddy. Okay, so here's one for you. Okay. Is it socially? Oh man, you know what I just thought about though?
What?
I kind of want to ask you, should that be a thing on your online dating profiles, like whether or not you're vaccinated? Is that something like you think like people should be able to ask you? Right?
Actually, yeah.
You imagine somebody on Tinder like, "Hey, I don't go out with you unless you're vaccinated."
Well, I mean, honestly, so
there should be a badge that proves like you have to prove your vaccination.
It's kind of quirky.
And you get a badge on Tinder.
I would say it's quirky, but like, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I think that would be kind of nice. I think people are really worried about that kind of thing, and it would be way easier to just see a check mark next to somebody than have to go through the whole, oh well, I mean, are you vaccinated? Like, that might just be kind of nice to have. And obviously you can just opt out, like with most of those things, like just do not display, not visible, right? Like that's like,
yeah, I think same thing.
They do that for other
everybody has a
political affiliations as well. Not that getting vaccinated is a political affiliation, but America makes it one.
I was just thinking only America is the place you politicize science. No, I agree with you. I think like Europe just said like they're going to allow vaccinated Americans to visit this summer. And I think that's cool, but that means that if you're not vaccinated, you can't visit.
But that's fair.
And so, so I was thinking to myself, when you like look at like what you're going to be allowed to do this summer, like that's just one thing. What else is the difference between being vaccinated and not being vaccinated? As far as like what hotels you might be able to stay in, or I wonder if at some point I don't believe some restaurants require vaccinations.
Well,
I don't know. America is so capitalist.
I was gonna say, I'm a big
nothing.
fan of businesses control their business. So,
but that's the thing.
Like I said, I might not get vaccinated until the summer, but like so that basically means that like if that happened, I wouldn't be able to go lots of places. And I'd be okay with that. Like that, I would just have to accept that because their business is their business, man. Like if they don't want unvaccinated people in their business.
It's crazy because I don't believe that's going to happen at all.
It probably won't. Look, but
I think it would be understandable. That blew my mind. They said that capitalism means that it's a society that focuses around capital.
Yeah.
That's not a money move. Saying that people gotta be vaccinated to eat in your establishment or to come party there or to go on your cruise. Like if Europe wants to do that, Europe is not a place where it is not a capitalist place. It is a socialist place. It is a place that's about society.
Yeah.
And I just thought honestly it blew my mind. I was like, they really, really hit me with something it blew my mind. I had never thought about it before. I was like, I was like, so you think it's a society that focuses around the root of all evil. I was like, So I mean, I'm not gonna say anything too wild about it. Well, wouldn't be me to comment on it too much. That's all I wanted to say was. So I don't think we'll ever get to that point. But yeah, I just thought I'd ask that for a second. It just came up in my head. But let me ask you this: the last question is it socially acceptable to be in a relationship with somebody and yet get dinner with your ex? That's kind of a good question. I was like, that one kind of.
Say I haven't done
that. That's awfully wild of you.
But you know what? It was platonic at first, but
then it wasn't. Okay, so
therein lies the problem. So the real question is, can exes be friends? That's the actual question that's what you're really asking. It's not about whether or not they can have dinner. It's can they have a real relationship?
I thought the exact same thing. It's can people just be friends with their exes?
And I think some people can. I think some people really can't. I think I'm one of those people. But I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably one of those people. I could. It depends. If I was single, but if I was in a relationship, like I wouldn't be doing all that. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could just be friends with them.
It also depends on how your partner is going to feel about the situation. I mean, honesty is key, guys. Like, let's be fair. We've been over this since before we were born. Like, come on, watch a Friends rerun. Why don't you?
If you were the partner, would you be okay with it?
Heck no.
Hold on. What if he was sick?
No, see, it just makes
terminally ill.
I don't care.
She wants to say bye. No,
no, it's
no.
And so it's not because I don't want her to see him. It's because it makes me uncomfortable. Would I demand that they don't go? Heck no. I would never say anything.
Oh, well, then that makes you extra wild. That means you're going to internalize your feelings.
I mean, I'm going to feel however it is that I'm going to feel. I'm not going to sit there and be dishonest.
Are you going to tell her that that's how you feel?
Absolutely.
But you're not going to say you can't go.
No, because that would be wrong. That's not my decision.
Would it make you uncomfortable enough for a breakup?
I would hope not. I don't. What am I taking? Like, what am I on?
That's crazy of you.
No, I don't think it would end in a. You said they're terminally ill. I'm pretty sure I'd have like a decent level of understanding in the situation. But like if it's like let's say a regular situation, it's a casual dinner.
Do you go to? You say I'd like to meet your ex.
I didn't know that was an option.
I mean, it could be.
Well, you know, honey, it's gonna be real hard on you. Like, you might need some emotional support. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I don't think wide scale it is. I think it depends. I think if the ex was there beforehand.
Yeah, that's a good point. If they were friends before y'all even met,
I think you'll be like,
man.
Yes, I think it'd be very difficult to exactly do something
that's a very
about
good
that.
Point.
Like it was there before you got there, and they've been friends just fine.
Yeah, they probably stopped dating because they realized they didn't want to date each other and like
not done anything. Yeah, they might have two different paths they want to take.
Unfortunately, virtual dating plus is always circumstantial. Like,
yeah, we try and get you to look at all the different perspectives you could think about.
But I would say, as a general answer, it is a little odd to go out on a dinner date with your ex, especially if you're not disclosing the information to your person. At that point, it's like you're hiding something.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay, good talk. Good relationship plus. The rundown. Do you want to talk about Conjure first, or should I talk about Mortal Kombat?
Tell me about Mortal Kombat, because I'm curious.
Mortal Kombat was so
good and bad things.
I don't think anybody who's telling you bad things, I think that they're being silly. This right now sets up a pathway for them to do a lot more movies.
Oh. So it's like a Marvel franchise.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, I was like, you have to think, especially when you look at the different video games. They could go, I don't want to ruin it, and so I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to say anything crazy. Because, no, I didn't say spoiler alert, and I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm just going to say the way that they did it, they set themselves up for several alley-oops to be made and several different stories to be told going forward. Like I told one of my boys, they have one guy who just signed on to a contract for 4 more movies, one of the actors, and I was like, dude, I just listed off 4 ideas too. He had already seen it. I listed off 4 ideas for a sequel for him. And he was like, oh yeah, he was like, all of those could definitely be done. And yeah, the point is I personally thought it was great. The kung fu scenes were incredible. I was like, hey, these boys are kung fu fighting. Kung fu fighting. Yeah, I'm talking the blocks.
Were they mainly younger actors?
The strikes, no, I don't think so. They were
like 40s, 30s, 40s, or I know that's such a random question.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, really? How am I supposed to answer that? Late 20s, 30s, early 40s. The thing about actors is it's hard for me to gauge their age.
Really?
Because the lifestyle they live and how much makeup they have. Like, look at Jennifer Aniston and tell me what age you think she is. Or somebody like Carly Rae Jepsen.
For those kinds of people, I do it more based on like the knowledge of I know when they were probably born around. But
no, sure. But I'm saying, like, if you just look at Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, no, I mean Jennifer Aniston still looks like she's in her mid 40s. Like
I was gonna say, yeah, or even some of the guys. How old does Will Smith look?
Well, he's getting gray, but he doesn't look any older than probably like 50.
I think he's mid-50s, yeah. I was gonna say no, but you have tons of guys and girls in Hollywood who, all the makeup they're constantly wearing, they've got these skin routines and whatnot, and all these expensive products that we don't have. I'm not in the business of gauging how old they
Should
may or
we
may not
do
be.
a makeup video for 86.5 the vibe?
With who?
With you.
Oh, what, with me putting makeup on you?
No, with you putting like face masks on yourself and stuff.
Oh. Oh, like how I used to be able to
your face.
how I used to be able to paint stuff? Wait, no, I would be putting the makeup on you.
No.
So it'd be me
You
touching
have to
your
put
face.
it on yourself.
I could make you look like
No, that's not how this
oh,
works.
you know what? You have like kind of the Kiss hair thing going on.
Kiss.
Yeah, like the rock band.
Yes, I know.
No, so yeah, that's honestly what I think
But
about.
yeah, you should get
Mortal
like a mud
Kombat.
mask. Get like the T zone going
Oh,
on.
you know what? I had a mask on earlier today.
You did?
Yeah, it was.
No way.
Like no, I had like a mud mask on. It was really nice. And I had on Noxema.
There we
It
go.
was good. I thought it was. Like,
I didn't know you had like a
start
skincare
my
routine.
week.
Yeah.
I don't normally, but like they said, we're getting ready for this summer, and we're gonna do what we have to get ready. And so yeah,
Yes, sir.
I put together a little skincare routine.
There
I hope you all are liking it. Like it's like smooth, kind of right, like butter, maybe, kind of.
Have you ever seen people put butter in coffee?
No.
It's interesting. I've had it one time. Well, I wouldn't say I would have it again, but I didn't hate it. It's different.
Okay, I feel like we're.
But so, well, the reason I say it is because your skin complexion right now reminds me of that. It's like
butter with coffee. Okay, you said it's smooth and
there
it
was a reason.
Boy, like, okay, I'm not mad at you. Thank you, my good man, boy. I appreciate you looking out. Thank you, my friend,
Yes,
boy.
sir.
Okay, go ahead and talk to us about Conjure. Talk to us about the show, the social media site. Please, self-advertise.
Yeah, I got.
Look, remember
30
this
seconds.
remember this is free airtime.
Right.
So I want you to really soak this up. Boy.
The producers gave me 30 seconds, so go.
They know that when you give someone an inch, they're gonna take a mile. So if it goes on 30 more minutes, we won't be mad at you. We'll embrace you and support you.
So, well, Conjure just had their basically debut out of COVID, like outdoor fiesta show. I don't know what you would call it, but
fiesta.
Well,
okay.
I say
that's interesting. I know. I heard there were a lot of Hispanic folks there.
It was primarily au pairs, which was very interesting to see. A lot of other countries too. Wasn't so we had like a lot of South American countries, but a lot of people came from like Germany and this one woman, she was from Poland, which I thought was very interesting. She made us guess. She was just like, it's the country between what did she say? Germany and Russia?
Yeah, Germany and Russia. There's a few countries between
and she was just like, you guys are never gonna guess it. And Brian, the how do we say
Brian,
this?
Brian the dog.
The dog, yeah. He immediately was just like, it's Poland.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, there's a few countries between.
But yeah, the show was fantastic. Basically so fantastic that we had to fully launch our Instagram campaign. So subscribe at Conjure Official on Instagram, guys, please. It would help us out a lot.
Conjure is obviously not spelled appropriately.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's
at least as an educator, I'm obviously not happy about it.
It's Konjur. Konjur. But Conjure, like the Conjuring, like the horror movie.
Like the horror movie. Okay. Speaking of, I definitely need a rewatch of that.
I know. They just put the second one up on Netflix, and I've been needing someone to watch it with me. So
maybe we'll get to that this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, that's probably the next time we will see you all. Oh, did you see the fight? The way that that one dude punched that dude?
With not the leg breaking?
No, not the leg breaking. Did you see the way that dude just rocked That other dude, Masvidal.
No, I didn't see
You
that.
didn't see the way Usman rocked Masvidal? Really?
No.
Hold on one sec, guys. Watch his face. He's gonna be like, "Yo, I can't believe that this guy hit this dude like that." Like, and it's honestly wrong on so many levels. Like,
What was this last night?
this was
Ooh. Oh, that man's just out.
Look and look. Herb Dean doesn't do his job. You saw how he let him get. Look, he's falling.
That should have been it.
Yeah, look, Herb Dean does not do his job, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I want to talk about Herb. That should have been the end of it. I was like, dang, he rocked him. He rocked his whole world. Look.
Yeah,
he's like, I can't get around you. You're too big and strong. Like, that is just insane.
That's insane.
The sweat flies off him.
I know. That's insane. That's an awful video, guys. Definitely, it's worth a watch. But yeah, UFC is getting out of hand. The refs need to step in with some of this stuff, man.
Dude, they let
all kinds of crazy injuries now.
They let one dude who had I don't know if he tore a tendon in his leg or something. He was walking on one leg, and they let him go all the way through the break, thinking he was gonna get back into the fight. I was like, when he messed up his leg, they should have stopped the fight there, taken a look at him, and been like, dude, you're not walking proper. Like, you're on one leg. We're not gonna let you fight on one leg.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, but to be fair, he fought bravely on one leg. He had the genius idea he was a better wrestler, so he just kept taking the guy down. I was like, dude, what if he kicks you in that leg again? The amount of pain that's gonna shoot through your body is gonna be. I was like, yeah, you can't be fighting on one leg. I was like, honestly, it's totally insane. But yo, baseball is back.
Baseball is back.
Baseball is back. Tonight, the Braves are taking on the Cubs. Super exciting. By the way, the Yankees are terrible, so that's fine. The Yankees are actually bad. I'm actually mad at the Yankees because because this year the Dodgers got Trevor Bauer, right? The Dodgers got Trevor Bauer, right? Stick with me now. Mm-hmm. The Padres got Blake Snell. And they picked up Yu Darvish, right? These are two great pitchers. The Braves pick up Charlie Morton. And do you know who the Yankees pick up? Jameson Taillon from Pittsburgh. I'm like, how could you pick up such an agent of slightly above average? It's like, it just blows my mind. And so the Yankees are having ups and downs. I believe that over 162 games, the Yankees will be fine. But right now, the Yankees look like they're not up to competing with anybody in the division except maybe the Smorreals. And yeah, so I just wanted to close on that. Don't get me wrong. The Nats are terrible. The Nats are awful. I'm mad. I'm supposed to go see the Nats on Friday, and I'm frustrated because of how bad they are. I'm mad that I'm going to see them. I'm mad that I'm going to risk it. But I am going to go to Nats Park on Friday, and I will not be stopped. I will not be turned away at the gates. Like, I'm going to go in there, and no matter how bad it gets at Nats Park, I'm going to enjoy a great baseball game. Because I deserve it. And you all deserve nice things, too. Thank you, friends, for watching. Thank you all for joining us today. We know you got a long week ahead of you. Obviously, it's just Monday night. You got 4 more days. But it's 4 days you're definitely going to get through. You don't have to worry about that at all. We believe in you, and we hope you believe in you. You have anything else you'd like to say?
That's all from me.
That's all from Shade. Shade believes in you, is what he wanted to say. All right, you playing us off? We already off.
865, the that.
Indeed. The Fireside Chat. Jackie C.
And Shady V.
And Shady V. Thank you. And we
Signing
hope
out.
you have a wonderful night. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Thank you. Thank you.